Welcome to today's video. I am going to go over the Fighting Campbell Camels Princeton Offense. They run Princeton Offense because obviously we see them run the Princeton Offense, but also Kevin McGeehan, their head coach, has been a Princeton disciple, a Princeton offensive guy for his whole basketball career. So we're just going to go, what I did on Synergies, I went through random 500 offensive clips against man possessions, random order, and we're just going to look at their offense and see what happens. They're getting a point action here. Yep. So right here, when you see this action where we rub here, we get the center here, as you see right here. So we're going to rub over here, get the center up to usually the elbow or above the elbow, right around here. Once this pass is made, we're going to look at do two things. Well, three things. The two main things is we can go away from the ball and screen this person right here toward the Green Bay bench, and we call that point away. Or we can go point over the top, which is we go over the top of the ball and screen for the corner. The third option is cut into the middle, but we're not going to really see that option too much and get to flex action. So again, when I say point away, fellas, you guys know what this means, boys and girls. It means that we're going to screen to the person right over here, and when we go point over top, we're going to screen for the corner person. So when we hear this in the Princeton offense, when you hear me say point away, point over the top, or point away, point strong, point away means going away from the ball, screening away from the ball, which is really this person right here, and then point over the top or strong, we'll be screening for the corner. When we go point away, we're probably going to be setting the screen right around here, and this guy's going to sprint in. That's what most teams do, but we'll see how the Campbells do it. Right here, yep. Go right here, goes up, down screen into it, curls it, GHO, yep, and there we go. That's their point away action. Again, different teams can do different things, point away action, but again, we see this happen here. Point away, we look for a screen here, and of course, if this person were to go under and cut here, this person would lift, and then what would happen here is we would get a DHO or almost like a ball screen over here, and then this ball handler could reject it or use it into the two-man side, which isn't great spacing, but some do that. And that is point away, and very good. I mean, Campbell's been running the Princeton for the last, 10 years since Coach Kevin's been there, so they should know the offense pretty well. Let's see here. Citadel, that's pressing. They used to press all the time. Makes or misses. All right. Step up ball screen here. And again, Princeton can go as soon as you dribble out backdoor. You see that backdoor. So the screen there. That happens a lot here, guys. Anytime you're dribbled at, a couple of things happen. One or two things can really happen, right? We can use it, or we could just go backdoor. And Georgetown teams would really use this a lot. Push away. Georgetown teams go backdoor, get into low post, or get into the high formation. And again, I know that this isn't a great in-depth review of the offense. We're just going over it again. Just see what happens here. We're in low post action. But yep, point over the top here. Screen away, go under. Can't make that pass happen. What are we in here? 5-out ball screen stuff, or we can get into some other actions. So before we go into the other action we can do here, again, we talk about point away, point over the top. What does he elect here, guys? What does he elect here? He goes over top the ball. See, that's point over top, screen here. And again, if this person were to accept the screen, it would just be a DHO, and this person would probably stay in the corner. Screener would just stay in the corner. This person would come up to get a DHO, right? But again, what usually happens instead of screening the Princeton, 80% of the time, you're going to see the person reject the screen and cut. Why do Princeton teams do this? It just keeps the flow of the action. It happens a lot. It's just something that they're taught. They do a lot of. Obviously, there's a lot of different reading things you can go into the screen, but 80% of the time, you're going to see a lot of Princeton teams really go under and reject the screen. And if that pass were to happen to be a DHO, go high ball screen, 5 out, and they're going to get into it. All right. This right here, forwards out. You call it forwards out or X action, right? See this line shin. What does it mean? It pretty much, it's against teams that really like to press a lot too. Teams that kind of hold. Princeton offenses really start out here. Not so much here, but more out here. And if you see teams really pressuring you and getting those entry passes denied, we'll see I call this X out. Chris Mooney calls this X out at Richmond. Forwards out as well. Where you're going to see a DHO happen this corner side of your screen, right here, the near side, and then they'll just interchange at the opposite end. And a pass happens. They usually go into point, or they'll go into a chin action. So here we're looking into point. Makes that pass there. Goes up. Take the screen. Really, when it goes in the middle here, it usually goes into flex action here. Point. It's probably early on in the year because they're probably playing a guarantee game. But this happens here. If he's going to cut, he's going to cut all the way in here. And we would see screen to screener, flex action. Auburn runs it. He should be screening at the corner, but he doesn't. That also moves a little bit too soon. That person moved a little bit too soon. Screen happens here. DHO in a double handoff. Very good. Very good. Good ball movement. Good for. And this is something I haven't seen too much of Campbell do right here. This is good. This is interesting right here. Go up into here. Tape away, and he's going to spin off and get a down screen right here. And when that happens, it's going to be a DHO into a screen. That's good action there. That's something you don't see too much happen there, but this is very good action. If I ran a team, I'd incorporate this into my prints. This is something new that I've seen. Not new. Richmond did a couple years ago here and there with their actually it was 5 years ago, but very good stuff here. Very good stuff here. That's good action. If you're a Princeton coach, you're going to pick up some things. There you go. Very good stuff there. Elon. They're running zone here. I don't know why Richmond Jazz is a man. See how Elon plays their zone. Not bad by Elon, actually. Not bad. Not bad by Elon. Come up here. Yep, very good. Very good. Very good. I know we're going to go in zone defense, but Elon traced the ball very well. I like how they traced the ball, moved it. Very good. Weird how Synergy has that as a man. 1-2-2 press by William and Mary here. Go back into man here. One. Go point. Strong point over the top here. Look at that. Yep. Come over it. And notice how there's a lot of dribble drive in the Princeton. That's something that the Princeton offense is really going to get you. It's kind of unheard of when we talk Princeton. You think about a lot of cutting movement, but you're going to get a lot of dribble drive opportunities because of the spacing and because most Princeton teams, yeah, you want to be athletic, but a lot of Princeton teams that recruit for shooting. They want to get skilled players that shoot. Comes over here. And that's good action right there. That's good action. Came into an Ohio State. Cut through, they're going to low. I'm going to stop this right here. We don't see a lot of teams going to low here. But let's say the ball right here, anytime you're in low post formation, you make a pass to the wing, you're going to cut. This is a Pete Carroll thing. It just happens. You see what kind of defense they're doing, see what kind of man defense, how they play cutters. Little different things you can pick up as a coach with this cut. But then let's say the ball goes in the post. And I don't know how often we'll see this, but if the ball goes in the post, right, there's a couple of different things this person can do. One is he can cut to the corner. Two is he can just make a basket cut and everyone else relay kid over. And the third thing is he can make a pass and then screen for the person, right at the top of the key and make like almost kind of the same point away, point to the top action that we have where that person receiving the screen will go under, curl it, can do a couple different things. But right here, they come up here, they're probably going to go into point. Yep, point over top here. Ball hand to a pick and roll. And right here, I want to talk about something right here. And this is something like a Euro ball screen coach. Especially if you're a high school coach, college coach, take note of this. This is something I learned from Jeff Passner. I called him up when he was at Georgia Tech. Great guy. They're running Princeton. Usually what happens with this is they do this weak side action because they want to occupy the defense. Because if you just send that person through, what a lot of good defensive teams do is they overload. And they'll just have like 3 people in the paint here. So like off that side ball screen, not much to get after it. But if you have some cutters, you have some motion, you have guys coming up the alley, then you have guys that kind of have to trail, and it kind of frees up your drives there for the side ball screen. If you want to know more about that concept, you can leave a comment down below. It's a tough pass to make. And this is tough. You've really got to rely against Ohio State. You really got. That's a tough shot. You really got to rely on your offense and your actions there. Let's see here. Try to go into low. Don't like it. Go back door. Yep. Flare screen. Yep. Flare screen. Into 5 out. Nice. And right here, a couple different concepts here. There's a lot of things I can get into the Princeton, but I just don't want to bore you guys to death here. But a low post happens here. Pass up top, which is make... When he goes back door here again, he can keep dribbling, everyone go back door. Once his pass is made, though, and you're going to see this happen a lot, he should probably be a little bit higher up here. You're going to see a flare screen happen 90% of the time. And with that flare screen, a lot of different things happen. And really what you want to do is you want to get this guy going up more and making this pass over here more so that this person has more time to get this pass up here. It's kind of a long pass, kind of tough to make this flare screen pass. You probably have to dribble over once and skip it over there. But when that happens, we go into 5 out. When we're in 5 out mode, it's really dribble drive into DHO stuff, dribble at, backdoor type of stuff that we've seen Campbell do a couple times here. And they do it more than Richmond and other Princeton teams I've noticed. Point over the top here. Let's see how they handle this. Curl it. Into a screen. Nice. Nice little rift there. Nice little wrinkle there, guys. This is a nice little wrinkle here that we have here. Look at this. Remember, point at the top. We've seen them run it a couple times, but we go point at the top. What they do here? Oh, my synergy thing isn't working. Go over the top here, come over, curl it, but he's going to curl up top and send that screen there just to get a matchup. So Charleston might have been switching a lot, but that's some good stuff there. Very good. Looks like my synergy isn't quite working here. Let's go back into it and go overall man, half court. Again, this is synergy. This is a tool that a lot of college coaches, even at some of the teams, use. Very good. We'll go random order again. Get after it. This is really good stuff. Really good stuff here. All right. Sorry about that hiccup, guys. We do this live, guys. We do this live. Bill O'Reilly live. All right. X out. We come over there. Okay. What are we going to be in? Go into 5 out. Into point away. Cut back door, very good. What do we have here? We have a GHO. We have a ball screen. Drive. Very good. A little clunky with the got into the offense. Always in the offense, guys. They're always in the offense here. You know, the team pressured them, which is very fair to do with the Princeton team. We come over here. Cut back door. Cut back. Up top. Bam. Point away. We're action. We're cuts. Wait for the ball screen. Doesn't want to use it. And this is what I talked about earlier. Remember that? When we do point away, something you guys might have noticed too that you said is that, like, right here, let's say the ball screen happens right here. He said a ball screen, right? If you set a ball screen, you take this way. If you're a high school team or Division III, Division II team, you probably want to set a screen here to get more action moving, right? But this guy's going to float up here. If you see the near side of your screen, he's going to float up here. This we can float to the corner. But if you use this ball screen, sometimes that spacing is kind of clunky, right? Because you have 2 men. So what you want to do sometimes is take like maybe one dribble over here and do a quick crossover, step through dribble, so you attack this side because you can see there's only one person on that side and really put that defender in the blender. And he does that. Very good. And that's something you'll see a lot of Princeton teams do, like go opposite of that ball screen there. Oh, another Ohio State. All right. It's halftime. Come on, half. All right. Into a high ball screen. And again, listen, they could have tried to go into their point over the top, point away action right here. See that rub? But because this person's denying it, what is an automatic trigger for that? It's going to be a high ball screen that we talked about right here, and just use a high ball screen to way up, and then get into your action right there. Into low. Oh, we're into low. We're into low. Good. What is he going to do? Look at that. Yes! Very good low. Look at that. Very good low post action. I like that. We talked about that earlier, and they did that. Very good. I like that. We'll go back into that. Go into 5 out here. And again, if your team isn't as like Georgetown teams used to just run 1 or 2 actions and get into this stuff. If your team like Campbell doesn't have a lot of great guys who can bring off the dribble, you want to get into multiple actions here. But look at this, guys. Look at this. I want to end this on this. Look at this. Go into low action here. Bam. Bam. You want to cut. Remember what I said. Pass to the wing. You want to cut when you're in the low post. Someone's in low post. Why do we know we're in low post? Because someone's in the low post. That's when you call it low action, low post. pass happens here. He has a couple different options. He could obviously go to the corner. He could cut through, or he could do what we talked about, which is a screen right at the elbow area. This person could do a couple things. Could curl it. Could go under. Takes that right there. Bam. Comes over, and we're in our whatever flow they want to be in. And they could do a lot of different things here. After the point action, low post action, you can go into another low post, go into point away, point on the top. But that's some things about Campbell, guys. I love the Princeton offense. You've heard me say it a couple times on this channel. It's an offense I used to coach at. It's an offense that I love, I'm about. Maybe because I was obsessed with it and I learned the hard way before all these other videos and YouTubes. This is back in 2008, 2009, where there was none of this recording stuff. There was no instructional video at all. I had to just watch YouTube, break it down, try to email coaches, and just get after it. But hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. If you have any comments, any questions or thoughts, feedback below, go ahead. As always, guys, thank you for watching and keep your sights on basketball vision.